my hopes for Texas is that this spreads and that more people understand that getting out on the streets and making it known what we want is how change happens. Too many times I go around the country and I'll get people ask me, when do you think they'll legalize pot? I'm like, they ain't gonna legalize anything. You gotta legalize pot. You gotta make the difference. You gotta stand up and vote. We have the same right to vote as anybody else does. So yeah, that'd be my hope for Texas, and that people understand that, the 4 states that have legalized already, the sky hasn't fallen, made a ton of revenue, they've created a lot of jobs, 18,000 jobs in Colorado alone. Those jobs could be in Texas.
Officer Nick Novello of the Dallas Police Department. Officer Nick Novello is a working cop, 35 years on the job, served his country both in the Army and the Navy, and now he believes that it is time to end the war on drugs.
Obviously, I am privileged to be here, and I do stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I want this to be more than a cathartic moment for me. I've remained on the job at my age. I'm in my mid-60s, and I'm still working specifically to effect change in our nation's policies. I want the context to start with something Hillary Clinton said. She said it takes a village to raise a child. What happens when that village criminalizes and incarcerates the child? That's where we are today. Question that for me is very easy to answer. I was told to come out here. I have the privilege of preaching the Christ cross, the Messiah who went and shed his blood on the cross for you, for me, for everyone. And the Lord would have me come out here and say what we're doing to our culture is criminal. We're incarcerating our young people. Obama celebrated, and he receives applause for admitting, yeah, I smoke. But yet the young people today, when we catch them, we criminalize them. We incarcerate them. The problem is, I think the culture is starting to understand, or the people in general, that our culture won't take much more of this. We are literally losing our culture. And so I speak because I believe it's the right thing to do.
What have you seen? How do you define how you say it's deteriorated our culture?
Well, in a free society like ours, the first requisite is order, and that's what our job is. But we maintain order based on a social contract where people trust us. People don't trust us anymore. They are beginning to understand that we're waging war on our own, and so it's absolutely compromised the policing function in the country. And quite frankly, our culture is very fragile. It's composed of people. People constitute culture, and when people don't trust one another, especially the police, our culture becomes very, very imperiled. That's what I see.
I have a 16-year-old autistic daughter, and 2 years ago I showed up at the Capitol and I wanted to ask our lawmakers to make marijuana legal as a medication instead of the medicines that my daughter's on that are illegal, that are written, by a physician. And she's been on terrible medications that cause brain damage and Parkinson-like shape that's permanent, disfiguring. So I just don't think she needs to be on any more pharmaceutical medications. She needs to be on an organic plant that I can grow in my backyard, and I can organically give it to her in an oil and have her take a plant instead of pharmaceutical medication.
I believe that marijuana should be legal and easily available to everyone who needs it. I think it has many medical benefits, and I just think it's ridiculous that it's not legal really at this point.
Do you see the harm that's being done by keeping it illegal?
By keeping it legal?
Illegal, yeah.
Keeping it, absolutely.
Like,
I think that people being locked up for charges of marijuana, like they're being locked up for years at a time, things like that. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, you thought that people just woke up one morning and said no more tension and hate? Because one of the few things that eases tension and hate is illegal, and it puts people together. But anything that puts people together, see them folks up there? See right up there? It's 2,000 people in them holes up there. From that hole right there to that hole down there. It's 2,000 people in that space. You know what that is? That's the George Allen Jail.
Dallas Marijuana March was extremely successful. The Dallas Police Department tried to pull a fast one on us, saying that we weren't allowed to march in the streets. We said that we would attempt to comply, and then we marched in the streets anyway. People were out here consuming cannabis. We were speaking out about changing the cannabis laws, both as a medicine, decriminalizing it, and having it for responsible adults for recreational purposes. And I think this was a very strong showing of support for marijuana in Texas. I'm very proud of everybody who came out, and I hope that they're able to join us again next time when we do this. And I hope every single one of these people goes and talks to their lawmakers about marijuana when it's all said and done.
How's the law process looking for here in Texas right now?
It's getting exciting. I think that we're going to have more cannabis bills than we had last year, last legislative session, which was 12. I think we could have as many as 20, maybe even more, depending on how you slice it. I think that we're going to see some real change after this session if more people stand up and be heard.